Perched on a precipice, this massive golden boulder has defied gravity for over 2 millennia. Every year, millions journey up the steep mountain paths to witness this sacred Buddhist wonder. Centuries of devotion have covered the rough granite rock in a thick layer of pure, gleaming gold. The small pagoda rests precisely on the peak of the boulder, over 1,100 meters high. Scientists marvel at the balance, while the faithful ascribe its stability to a divine strand of hair. It has survived violent earthquakes and centuries of weathering without ever sliding into the abyss. This extraordinary fusion of nature and faith has endured for over 2,400 years. But how did ancient builders anchor a sacred stupa upon a boulder poised so precariously? Historians believe the story began in the 5th century BC, on an empty, mist-shrouded peak. Legend states King Tissa ruled these lands, seeking a way to permanently enshrine a sacred gift. The hermit Tissa received a strand of hair from the Buddha, swearing to safeguard it forever. To house this relic, the king vowed to find a stone that perfectly resembled the hermit's head. Expeditions scoured the deep forests and jagged ridges, looking for the fabled rock formation. According to chronicle lore, the perfect boulder was discovered resting at the bottom of the sea. The legendary challenge now began, raising the colossal stone to the absolute peak of the mountain. Site preparation commenced as ancient laborers cleared the thick jungle from the rocky ridge. Workers painstakingly chiseled away the uneven bedrock to create a stable pathway up the slope. Engineers crafted massive ropes of incredible strength, essential for hauling the sacred cargo. An enormous dirt and rock ramp was built slowly to bypass the vertical drops of the mountain face. Hardwood timber rollers were laid down across the track to support the extreme weight of the stone. The great granite rock was brought to the mountain base, ready for its long ascent. Engineers secured the rock onto an immense timber sled designed to glide over the rollers. Every inch of the trackway was greased continuously to reduce friction during the pull. Thousands of devoted subjects pooled their strength, moving the stone forward inch by inch. The arduous journey up the mountain slope took months of unrelenting, coordinated human labor. Massive wooden levers provided the vital mechanical advantage needed to overcome the steep incline. A continuous cycle of moving timber rollers kept the heavy platform advancing up the mountain. Monsoon storms threatened to wash away the earthworks, forcing the crew to battle the elements. But safety was paramount. Heavy granite blocks secured the sled to prevent it from sliding backward. The king oversaw the operation, believing this monumental effort would bring eternal blessings. After months of struggle, the colossal granite rock finally crested the mountain's highest ridge. The builders carefully surveyed the precipice, locating the precise spot for the sacred relic. Immense timber scaffolding was erected over the deep chasm to support the positioning crew. Masons lightly shaped the base of the rock to ensure it would sit perfectly balanced on the rim. Using complex rigging, they slid the stone toward its final, improbable home on the edge. The transport frame was carefully removed, allowing the stone to make contact with the cliff. it settled onto the bedrock, achieving a miraculous, gravity-defying state of equilibrium. The first great phase was complete. The legendary boulder was secured upon its extreme perch. With the rock in place, preparations began to enshrine the sacred strand of hair at its peak. A sacred foundation was established, ready for the spire that would crown this miracle. Construction of the stupa commenced directly on the upper surface of the poised boulder. Craftsmen mixed traditional organic mortar, renowned for its incredible long-term durability. The initial layer of bricks was placed, forming the base of the 7-meter-tall spire.
Working at heights, builders carefully aligned each brick to preserve the delicate balance below. The traditional Mon-style architectural profile began to rise above the mountain landscape. Plasterers sealed the brick structure with lime wash to defend it from intense tropical rains. Plasterers sealed the brick structure with lime wash to defend it from intense tropical rains. Week by week, the sacred monument climbed higher, becoming a beacon visible for miles. The Buddha's hair relic was formally enshrined inside, sealing the temple's spiritual power.
Laborers permanently bricked over the chamber, securing the relic within the solid spire.
A central iron rod was forged and driven deep into the structure to reinforce the narrow peak.
The brickwork tapered sharply inward, forming the classic elegant spire characteristic of Mon art.
Artisans meticulously carved sacred lotus petal borders directly into the curing stucco surface.
The primary masonry structure was finalized, transforming the wild cliff into a holy sanctuary.
A magnificent ceremonial umbrella finial, or hehti, was crafted to crown the peak of the pagoda.
Dozens of tiny, sweet-sounding bronze bells were attached, ready to chime softly in the mountain wind. The heavy crown was carefully raised up the scaffolding, a delicate task at such extreme heights. Builders fixed the HTI onto the apex, completing the architectural silhouette of the sacred shrine. The final layer of smooth white stucco was applied, preparing the temple for its golden future.
As the scaffolding fell away, the beautiful Kyaiktiyo Pagoda stood revealed to the gathered crowd.
Pilgrims from across the Mon Kingdom began their first official ceremonies at the holy site. Sacred oil lamps were lit, initiating a tradition of continuous illumination that spans eras.
Under the full moon, the shrine appeared suspended between the earth and the heavens above. Monks recorded the sacred event on durable palm leaf manuscripts, cementing its historical legacy.
The structure was fully realized, yet its greatest defining feature was still to be born.
Disaster struck early in its history when a violent earthquake shook the mountain foundations. While surrounding cliffs fractured and collapsed, the balanced boulder refused to fall. The precise physics of its natural distribution allowed it to absorb the seismic shockwaves. Witnesses viewed its survival as an absolute miracle, proving the sacred relic's protection. This dramatic survival inspired the grand tradition that defines its modern appearance today.
To honor the miracle, the king ordered the raw granite boulder to be adorned with gold. The first small squares of gold leaf were pressed onto the stone,
beginning a historic gilding process.
Gilding became a collective act of devotion, with generations adding to the golden layer.
Each tiny square blended seamlessly into the next, slowly encasing the dark stone in pure gold.
Over the centuries, the raw mountain boulder slowly transformed into the famous golden rock.
Artisans spent days pounding raw gold by hand to create the delicate sheets used by devotees.
Succeeding monarchs made royal pilgrimages, adding their own massive offerings of pure gold.
The thousands of individual squares layered together, creating a thick, metallic protective shell.
Season after season, the dark, rugged granite gradually vanished behind a brilliant golden mask.
The constant care of the monastic community kept the holy site immaculate through the centuries. It became a profound geographical landmark, guiding weary travelers from leagues away.
The summit evolved into a major pilgrimage center, drawing the faithful from neighboring nations.
Prayers and offerings rose continuously, filling the mountain air with sweet aromas. As the centuries advanced, only small traces of the original dark stone remained exposed. No part of the holy boulder was ignored, ensuring a complete transformation over time.
The monument became synonymous with spiritual purity, shining like a second sun at twilight. Boundary enclosures were added slowly, defining the absolute perimeter of the sacred zone.
The surrounding courtyard was steadily expanded to accommodate the growing influx of believers. The ultimate transformation was complete. The rock stood fully arrayed in its iconic golden splendor.
Every element of the pagoda was maintained with deep reverence, preserving its architectural power.
Suspended in the clouds, the temple became a legendary manifestation of absolute devotion. Generations of pilgrims found solace here, their collective faith anchoring the poised stone.
The sacred flames burned day and night, a symbol of the eternal light of Buddhist wisdom.
From its high vantage point, the golden rock blessed the entire kingdom stretching below. The golden legacy was firmly established, set to cross the thresholds of time into the modern era.
Returning to the present day, the Golden Rock remains a vibrant, living epic of ancient faith.
Today, families still make the arduous climb, passing the ancient traditions to new generations. The act of gilding continues unabated, a continuous physical link between past and present. It stands as an architectural marvel, a testament to what human engineering and faith can achieve.
Balanced on the edge of eternity, the Kyaiktiyo Pagoda endures as an everlasting wonder.